Okay, then the chapter 4 is about to generate, in this case, equivalent expressions. But the first section, what we are going to study today, is to write and evaluate algebraic expressions. So I'm going to write in here the topic of this section, write and evaluate algebraic expressions. Okay, then in the example 1, we have to write expressions to represent situations. So then I'm going to write this on the top. This is the topic we are going to study for this section. And now I'm going to start with you solving the example 1. So for the example 1, what do we have? We need to write expressions to represent situations. We need to write expressions to represent situations. Okay? Then for the example number 1, I'm going to read it. An automatic dog feeder dispenses 2/5 cup of dog food each day. What expressions can the dog owner use to determine the amount of food left in the feeder after the days? Okay, the variable d is going to represent the number of days then. Okay, you can see at the right part of your book, you have a drawing. The total of food inside the dispenser is 20 cups of food, but he's going to dispense for the dog 2/5 cup each day. So if we draw a bar diagram like you have below, we can represent the amount of food remaining in the feeder after the days. The remaining 2/5, okay? We have the 20, that is the total. So we are going to subtract the amount of food that is going to dispense. But the amount of food dispensed, we are going to multiply by the number of days. For example, it could be 1, 2, 3, 10 days, I don't know. But we only obtain this like a variable. We are not going to obtain a numeric value. They only want the expression. Look that they ask you to write the expression to represent this situation about the dog and the food. So if we use the bar diagram to write the expression, we have that 20 is the total, okay? The total cups of food, you already have it on the diagram again, okay? Then we subtract the amount of food that is going to dispense each day. 2.5 multiplied by the variable d. And that's all this exercise, only to write the expression, okay? So once we already obtain this is the exercise, because we don't know the number of days. They don't ask you to find this for a determined number of days. They only want the expressions, and this is the expression. Now maybe I can select this so you can see what the answer is. This is the answer for the first example. Then we can try the example that is similar, the example that says try it. Okay. Then we solve the other exercise. I'm going to write in here below. Misumi started with $217 in her bank account. She deposits $25.50 each week and never withdraws any money. Okay, she doesn't take the money out. So what expression can Misumi use to determine her account balance after W weeks? Okay, W is going to be the number of weeks. What are we going to do? You already know how to do it. $217, but is going to be increased because she deposits each week an amount of money. That is $25.50. Later, what we do to find the expression? We multiply the amount she's going to deposit by the number of weeks. And the expression contains dollars, so the only thing that I'm going to do is to take away the symbol of the dollars. And this is the expression because they want the expression as a formula, so this is the expression you need. $217 plus $25.50 each week that she's going to deposit in her account. So that's all that you need in this case. This is the expression again. Now we can go to the example 2. In the example 2, we need to evaluate expressions. You have the expression and you are going to evaluate because they give you the value. So in the example 2, we need to evaluate expressions. And what facts do you have? The expression 9.99D plus 12.99C can be used to find the total cost of pounds of almonds and see the pounds of cashews. How much does it cost to buy 1½ pounds of almonds and 2½ pounds of cashews? We need to evaluate the expression. They already give you the expression and you are going to evaluate with the price, with the number of pounds to find the price, to find the total amount of money that he or she is going to waste if pay for this amount of almonds and cashews, So we have the total cost of almonds is $9.99, 1 pound, but we are going to multiply it by a variable. In this case, D. D is going to be the pounds, the number of pounds of almonds, plus 12.99, this is for the cashews, 2.99, multiplied by the other variable C for the cashews, These are the variables that the book takes, so I'm going to use the same variables, and when you study, you don't get confused about that. Then what I'm going to do, evaluate. Evaluate means that you are going to replace the variable with the value they give you. 9.99 multiplied by D. D is the number of pounds. So I have 1½ pounds of almonds. 1½ But what happened with 1/2? You already know how to change a number when it's a mixed number to decimal, so it's 1.5. Remember, 1/2 is 0.5, and I have the whole number that is 1, so I'm going to multiply by this, plus 12.99 multiplied by C. C is the number of pounds for the cashews. 2½ then is going to be 2.5. I changed to decimals because you can see that in this one, in the other one, you have decimals, so it's easier to work with the same, if I have the same. Then we are only going to multiply in here, and after multiplying here, and at the end we add to obtain the result. Remember that we solved the multiplication first. Then we obtain 14.985 plus 32.475. This is the amount of money he's going to pay for the almonds and for the cashews, so we only add to obtain the total amount of money that he's going to pay. He's going to pay $47.46, So it costs $47.46 to buy 1½ pounds of almonds and 2½ pounds of cashews. We have another exercise below that says try it, and they told you that the cost to rent a scooter is $15 with 50. I'm going to write it in here. The cost is $15 with 50 cents to rent a scooter. This is per hour, okay? This is per hour. So, and later for to rent a watercraft is going to be $22 with 80 cents plus $22 with 80 cents. But what is the important in here? We need to write the variables like in here. Then you can see that they give you, okay? They give you the equation that you are going to use. They give you, use the expression 5.5s plus 22.8w to determine how much it would cost to rent a scooter. So S is for the scooter and W is for the watercraft. These are the variables we have. For the number of hours they give you, so we are going to replace later with the number of hours. So the expression we have is 15.50 plus 22.80, and we multiply by the variables in here. So 15.50 multiplied by S is the number of hours that is going to rent the scooter. So 3 1/2 is 3.5 plus 22.80 multiplied by the number of hours that is going to rent the watercraft. And the watercraft is 1 3/4. 3/4 is 0.75. So I have 3, okay, 1.75. Then we only multiply in here. We multiply and we obtain the answer. 15.50 multiplied by 3.5 is 54.25 plus 22.80 multiplied by the number of hours. 22.80 multiplied by 1.75. 39.9. And the final step is only to sum all of this, okay? So 54.25 plus 39.9. We obtain that is going to cost $94.15 to rent the scooter and the watercraft in the number of hours they give you in here, okay? This is going to be represented in dollars then, $94 with 15 cents. We already have to solve we also need to have the example 3, and we have one exercise at the end of the page, so we are going to replace. Then in the example 3, I'm going to write the text. In the example 3, we need to write and evaluate expressions. In this, I'm going to do the both things. Write and evaluate expressions. So we write the expression and later we evaluate it with a value. Maybe I can expand this. Okay. Then what we have in the exercise. Malik and 2 friends earn $M in 1 week doing odd jobs. They split the earnings so that each friend gets 1/3 of the total earnings, okay? A split is that they divide in the same amount of money for each one, okay? They divide in the same quantity for each one. So Malik uses $32.50 of these earnings on lunch each week. Last week, the 3 friends earned $963. So we need to know how much money did Malik have left after paying for lunch. Then we need to write an expression to represent how much Malik has left and evaluate the expression for the given value. They already give you the expression, so we replace 1/3 M minus 32.5. Why is 1/3 multiplied by M? Remember, M is the total amount of money they earn, and 1/3 because they are going to divide by 3 the amount of money they are going to obtain, the same 1/3 each one, the same amount each one, okay? So I have 1/3 multiplied by M. In this case, M is going to be the total amount of money, that is 963, minus 32.50. What is the 32.50? The money that he's going to pay for the lunch each week. So we already have the answer, only multiplying in here, and later we subtract at the end. So the answer is $288.5. This is the amount of money he is going to remain. He has, okay? Because he is going to pay for the lunch, then we subtract the money he pays for the lunch to the total amount of money, okay? So Malik had 288.50 left out after paying for lunch. Then we can solve the last exercise we have in the beginning of the page. Sorry, at the bottom of the page, is in the ending of the page. Emilia earns $8.74 per hour plus a gas allowance of $3.50 per day at her job. How much does Emilia's job pay in a day when she works 5.5 hours? Write an expression and evaluate for 5.5 hours. So she is going to obtain $8.74 in, okay, per hour, each hour. So we can assign, for example, a variable h to represent the number of hours, right? But in here, she has a plus for the gas. There is $3.50. 3.50, then I write the symbol for this one, only for you to know that it's money. But now I don't need to write this. I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to write in the other line the expression, but without the symbol of the dollars. This is the expression you have, okay? But they give you the value. This is the expression, write and write the expression is this one. We write the expression in here. But we need to evaluate. We need to evaluate for the number of hours, and you already know how the number of hours. And what is the number of hours? In this case, is 5.5 hours. 8.74 multiplied by 5.5 plus 3.50. 3.5 or 3.50 is going to be the same, right? So we only multiply 8.74 multiplied by 5.5 is 48.07 plus 3.5 again. So at the end, when we add, we obtain 51.57, and we are going to write the dollars so you can see about the units. She obtained $51.57 for 1 day of job, 1 day of work, if she worked 5.5 hours. So, okay, I'm going to finish the recording, and later you can ask me about any question in the exercise, okay? So I'm going to finish only the recording, and I'm going to give you some time to ask.